Hi guys, hello. Okay, let me see. Fuck. Okay, hopefully that stays there. I gotta charge my phone. My phone's almost done this. Sweat stains, darling. Sweat stains. There you go. So here's my I'm not gonna smoke wacky weed on camera because that is uncouth. But darling, I need to smoke. Mother, I'm smoking again. Wacky weed. I've got a plastic spoon. Yes, God. To go with my Haagen-Dazs coffee ice cream that I just purchased at 7-Eleven. And I will eat it later, off camera, because I goggle it in my mouth and spit it up while I jerk off. I've got my Core Organic little greasy, mother. It's okay. I've got my my frozen Twix. It's frozen, so hopefully over the heat of this hot discussion, it'll thaw out. And maybe our heart will follow suit. Okay, so here we go. Ooh, backlit. Okay, that's a problem. Shit. This lighting is not ideal. Whatever. Is it okay? Is this lighting okay? I look blue. I feel great. It's okay. I'll try to keep, okay. Oh, fuck you, it's awful. So here we go. So I want to talk about two specific things, and let me see. I have to find the first one on my Twitter. Very fascinating shit, to be honest. Okay, so that's that. How do I figure out what I favorited? Fuck. How do I figure out what I favorited? Fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna, it's Google, it's RuPaul, Vox, I don't know, that should work. Okay, so here's the thing that I found tweeted out. So somebody from somewhere, a white man, journalist, oh, this lighting is just, fuck, I'm sorry you guys. Oh wait, hold on. Aha! There we go, there we go. Oof, ooh, ooh. Pretty sweaty, it's hot as fuck in here. So RuPaul just gave the most politically pragmatic endorsement of Hillary Clinton. Okay, skeptical right off the bat. Endorsement of Hillary Clinton draws from me, pricks my ears up into, and then I become somewhat skeptical. But pragmatic. The key, and that's a key in describing Ru. Ru is, and this is not, oh, so the other day I was at, I was outside talking to a cool fan who shall remain nameless, and he was like, I love what you're doing on Periscope. It's so smart. Or he said smart. He said it's so. Oh yeah, he said smart, but I thought he was saying like I was smart, which I was like, oh, thank you. But he was saying it's so. What he meant was it was so strategic, leading up to All Stars, and I was like, oh. And I immediately thought, I was like, oh my god, this isn't some kind of campaign you know, what do you call it? What do you mean? You know what I mean? Like to garner, like a campaign to garner favor or to get votes or whatever, so that people will want me to win or do or whatever. It just kind of happened. And even if it was a campaign, I guess it doesn't really matter all that much. You know, as long as what I'm doing is good, or you know, I'm really only, to be honest, I'm only doing this for myself because I'm learning a lot, just about, not only about how to organize thoughts, which I'm sure that seems crazy because they seem so disorganized, but how to make sense of my thoughts when I'm thinking and observing, and then articulate it. It's really just about how I can articulate myself better. Anyways, so Ru, pragmatic. Ru is a pragmatist. Ru's a pragmatist. And so it goes like this, and I don't want to comment on it too much because it gets my brain buzzing, and I don't really want to. I don't know if if I want to try to unpack it or whatever. So this is from the website called Vox, VOX. The title is RuPaul just gave the most politically pragmatic endorsement of Hillary Clinton, and it was updated by German Lopez on August 12th at 5:08 p.m. Okay, it's by German Lopez. RuPaul. The host of the now Emmy-nominated RuPaul's Drag Race apparently has a few thoughts about the presidential election. What are your thoughts, mother? I'm so curious to know. And they amount to one of the strongest, certainly one of the most colorful, big surprise there, she loves color, endorsements of Hillary Clinton so far this year. Asked about his feelings on Democrats and Hillary Clinton by E. Alex Young at Vulture, RuPaul replied. This is her reply. I fucking love them. I've always loved them. And it's, in this, this is unclear. I guess it's supposedly her feelings on Democrats and Hillary Clinton, but for some reason, I don't see her saying I love Democrats, but okay, whatever. So I would start the paragraph with this. And let me just say this. If you're a politician, not just in Washington, but in business and industry, you have to be a politician. Makes sense? There are a lot of things that you have to do that you're not proud of. Obviously, if you're in the system, any system is flawed. Any institution is flawed. If it's more than 3 months old, it's flawed. People are flawed. There are a lot of compromises that you have to make because it means you can get this thing, this other thing over here. Like this, you assuage somebody to do this so they can get that. It's a tapestry, darling. It's a weave. Wigs and weaves. And here's where it gets cool. And if you think that you can go to fucking Washington and be rainbows and butterflies the whole time, you're living in a fucking fantasy world. So now, having said that, think about what a female has to do with that. All of those compromises, all of that shit, double it by 10. And you get to understand who this woman is and how powerful, persuasive, brilliant, and resilient she is. Any female executive, anybody who's been put to the side, whether I'm not going to paraphrase, this is the exact quote. Any female executive, anybody who's been put to the side, women, blacks, gays, for them to succeed in a white male-dominated culture is an act of brilliance, of resilience, of grit, of everything you can imagine. So, what do I think of Hillary? I think she's fucking awesome. Is she in bed with Wall Street? God damn it, I should hope so. You've got to dance with the devil. So which of the horrible people do you want? That's more of the question. Okay. Do you want a pompous braggart who doesn't know anything about diplomacy? Or do you want a badass bitch who knows how to get shit done? That's really the question. This is, okay, so, okay, I don't really know how to, this is, for me, from now, one of the most stimulating endorsements, if you could call it an endorsement. I don't think the endorsement part of it is what makes it interesting. But the idea of you had to dance with the devil, badass bitch. There's some really, she raises some really interesting points. Now, Ru to me is, I see, so you kind of have to understand where Ru is coming from, which I don't know. I don't know her. I know about her, and I know from interviews and sound bites and very brief personal conversations that we've had, and I mean brief. Sounds fake, but okay. Well, yeah, I don't know. I think that, well, she said dance with the devil, and then called Hillary badass. What's her point? Well, her point is that it takes a badass to dance with the devil. Right? No. You can't be fearful. You certainly can't be stupid, and you can't be. It takes a skillful. I'm just fascinated by it. I'm not afraid to criticize Ru. It's just that I don't. This is just marinating, and I wanted to share it so that you can look at it, because I think there's so. And then then I'll continue. So then German Lopez, I believe, goes on to. This is short. There's a lot going on in the answer. That's certainly true. That's why there's a lot going on here. So I think we should look at it. But one of the most insightful observations that RuPaul made here to me is the enormous burden we place on women in politics. Of course, that's just of course. Women in politics, women in business, women on the street, women in magazines, women on television, just everywhere. Yes, every politician has to compromise at some point. That's what happens when you're trying to balance the opinions of a lot of constituents from all sorts of backgrounds. I think the problem here is that they're not balancing the opinions of constituents. They're balancing the opinions of people who really control and the flow of policy, which are people with power, people with money, people who have stakes in that policy. We could have more power, but we don't, because we just don't use it for whatever reason. But women have to go further. If they do too much to stand out, they'll suddenly be criticized as radicals. Elizabeth Warren, maybe. Or told their voices are shrill, also Warren. Or that they're shouting, also Warren. Or that their clothes are weird and ugly. Bing, bing, bing. Warren, again. And the skills they do have, like Clinton's apparent ability to make people feel heard, I don't know that she has that, but that's my ignorance, are often de-emphasized on the campaign trail. Women don't just have to balance the typical expectations of politicians, they have to balance the other bullshit that comes with the political system built by and for men. Of course. I mean, of course. My initial thing was that, Hillary Clinton wants a seat at the men's table. We need to get rid of the table. But, and this is just devil's advocate. I mean, I do feel that she's, her imperfections are vast and concerning. But maybe to get rid of the table, you gotta sit down there first. Okay. Given that, the fact that Hillary Clinton has survived in politics for decades and is now way ahead in the polls against Donald Trump is remarkable. I think that's a fair statement. And RuPaul, if his statement is any indication, really seems to appreciate that. So I appreciate that too. So then, I watched this, I was at Montreal Pride, which was so much fun. So hot though, holy shit. To the meet and greet, I wore a little peasant thing that my little Christmas elf Maddie and I stoned together. It looked super, super cute. But I couldn't wear any, I had leather gloves, had to take them off. I had leather boots, had to take them off. Didn't wear any pads or pantyhose, had full hairy legs and bare feet in the mud. You want to know why? Because I'm that kind of girl. You will never be that kind of girl. You would never wear you could never wear bare feet. Because you know what? I am sickening. That was a poor paraphrase of that whole monologue. Hold on. Mother, I'm concealing my drug use again. It's just weed. It's fine. So I don't like the munchies. They make me fat. Here we go. So, can I get some, before I move on to catcalling, which I want to talk about, do you think, Trish, would you be interested in hearing a country Christmas song from Trish? Yes, God. No, fuck you, Haley. But I'm here, okay, so the next thing, I don't want to, you'll just have to trust me because I don't have access to the article right now. I cannot remember where I saw it, and it's on my other computer, which is in the other room, and my legs have stopped working again. Mother, is that a problem? So you're there, and you're you, and you need that. But it's true, and it's real, and I feel that. Okay. Trish should pound me. You should go pound yourself, bud. She's busy with a fucking turbo shot and a powdered donut. Go fuck yourself, douchebag motherfucker. Some fucking reason. Okay. I think ravioli. I think that ship has sailed. I'm over it. I'm just not in a pasta right now. So catcalling. Just now. So catcalling. Toxic masculinity. This is not a huge segue. I mean, this is a pretty logical, not a total non sequitur. I'm talking about women in politics. Let's talk about women on the street. So I don't keep the comments on because does smoking help me focus? Smoking weed does help me. It doesn't help me focus. In fact, it helps. Sounds so corny, but it helps me expand. And then the trouble there is, of course, it creates more areas through which it creates more diversions or more possibilities for diversion. So it doesn't help me, or as far as organization flow and logic and all that narrative, whatever crap, it doesn't really, but it does help me just Your connection is so bad? Fuck you. No, it's not. I have excellent Wi-Fi here. Hold on, let me just see if I'm connected. Yeah, I am. Is the connection bad? Please tell me. That's concerning. I smoke sativa. Yeah, I smoke sativa. Small diversion. La Ganja Estranja is my weed doctor, unofficial. And fuck you, your connection's bad. Everybody else is saying it's good. Stop hurling falsehoods into the atmosphere, mother. It's confusing for the children. So where was I? Oh yeah, I like sativa because it's peppy. Peppy and cheap. Peppy and cheap. 2 words I like. You know what two words I don't like? Expensive and depressing. That's a Gary Marshall reference from the movie Soap Dish, darling. Very problematic and transphobic. I like sativa. Anyways, so... No, I can't sing ravioli anymore because my voice prevents me from doing a falsetto. A falsetto, child? Okay. So, catcalling. I read this blog post that was linked to a yoga teacher I know in Boston. And I don't want to link it because I don't think it's... I think that the girl... I don't want to... without patronizing her or demeaning her or whatever... I just don't think that the voice was all that sophisticated. But I think it was interesting to consider what she was talking about was basically... So let me paint a picture. So she was fitness teacher. Maybe she's like 25, let's say. 25. Cute. Very cute. Very cute. White. Looks tan. Fitness instructor. Fitness... very involved in fitness, has it clearly indicates in the blog post that she spends a lot of time at the gym and and working on her body and exercising and sport, in athletic pursuits, and she jogs wearing skin tight leggings and a sports bra, and she's got a very, very athletic, very petite but athletic figure. Okay. And she talked about, I believe she mentioned she was also a fitness instructor, and she mentioned that she gets catcalled a lot in all different kinds of situations. And so one example that she recounted, I'm not coming for her. No, I'm not coming for her. I'm coming for the situation. I'm coming for you, Barbara. I'm catcalling you. Hello, cat. It's time to come home. I've made a roast. She said at the gym, at the water cooler, a guy came up to her and said, those leggings are, sorry, she said 3 things. I like your leggings. They make your ass look great, and they would look better on my floor. I feel a little irresponsible of not absolutely fact checking that, but perhaps, maybe it's not totally invalidated. So that's disgusting. But that's agreed. It's so disgusting though that I kind of I'm like, really, did that happen? Because and here's why. Not that I'm not trusting her, okay? Because that's not the point. The point is, I'd rather look at the his side of it, which is, what are you doing, dude? What are you doing? It strikes me as a man, as a person who has an outsider perspective. I'm a gay man, and I see this all the time. I don't experience it, but I see it all the time from the outside. I see it unfolding like a movie. All the time. Just saw it on the way back from 7-Eleven. 2 very beautiful, petite Asian girls who were dressed for the club exited, and the man outside who was begging said, something to the tune of, damn, you girls look nice. I really need to see it twice. I don't know. It was some stupid, and it rhymed, which I appreciated at least. But it was a line. He was a line. He was performing a line, and they didn't give him the time of day. This just went on. It wasn't aggressive, but in any case. So with this guy, that dress would look better crumpled up on my floor. That's just a bad pickup line, and it's gross. It's disrespectful, especially Now, never mind the fact that if it was at her place of employment, it is it's extremely inappropriate and borderline illegal. I'm sure it's illegal. That there could be legal action or severe consequences. Anyways, so she was sort of lamenting the fact, and I think the gist of the article was that she was young and just kind of coming to terms with the fact that this happens. And I was kind of like, nothing really. She didn't describe the guy at all, and that's why I just kind of didn't. The thought occurred to me that I didn't believe it, and then I was aware of the fact that I was like, oh God, here we go, another man questioning the veracity of a woman's story. Like he raped me, but did he really? I mean, that's another whole can of worms that is equally as disgusting to talk about. But I wanted to know more. I just wanted to know more. I wanted to know, like, well, who was the guy, and were you there teaching, and what was he? What he looked like, and what could you glean from him? Because that's more information for the brain. And what? Oh yeah, love that. Great. You'd really be more beautiful if you smiled. I mean, it's rampant. It's crazy. But the thing is, so what do we gotta? So what to do then? Right? What to do? What should she do? I don't know. What would I do? There's no way to know because I'm not her. I don't ever feel vulnerable. And that was the thing, and it is. And she was saying, like, I wear these kinds of clothes because they feel good when I exercise. And that's all you need to know. And then somebody fired back in the comments, a man who was like, well, here's the thing, lady. And it was a little patronizing, or it might have been a lot patronizing. And people started coming for him too. And he was like, when you present yourself in the world as a female of extraordinary, how did he say it? It was like a female who is an example or an illustration of extraordinary female fitness and desirability. Instinctively, you're gonna get a reaction, and depending on what. Can you not hear me? I can't see anything. Should I just turn off the comments? I don't... Okay. Oh. Is it... I'm fine. Okay. My connection is going bad a little. Turn chat off. Okay, hold on. Fuck. Please hold, darling. In the meantime, I'll regale you with one of my... how do I do it? Uh-oh, here we go. Mother, I don't know how to use the telephone. So I have to go... Oh, shit. Alright, well, I can't figure it out right now, so we're just gonna do this for now. I'll just hold it like this. No. Let's maintain continuity. This is a mess. This is a mess. I'll maintain continuity. Sliding click connection. Oh, really? Okay. Teach me, mother. How do I do it? Slide and click connection. All I have is stop broadcast. Swipe down to stop. Double tap to flip camera. All right. I'm just concerned about the audibility of my speech. Here we go. So, great. So what do you do in those situations? I don't know. I don't have very sophisticated comments on it. I have to do it sideways because I'm charging my phone. No, I'm not drunk, Julia. Go fuck yourself. I don't like alcohol. So I didn't mean to say go fuck yourself. That was a little too much. Okay. I apologize, Julia. I didn't mean it. I'm high. Yes, of course I'm high, bitch. Game on, the sequel. Freaker, go fuck you. Fuck you. Seriously, go fuck yourself. Fake fan, just gone. Y'all want a Twix? That is funny. That is funny. Oh, y'all want a Twix? That is funny, bitch. Thank you. Here we go. So, it made me think of toxic masculinity, right? I mean, so, catcalling, like, you go by, Pamela Anderson walks by a construction site at lunchtime, what do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? Do you think she's going to get raped? I mean, probably not. It's within the realm of possibility, unfortunately, because we live in a fucking awful world. But what do you think, if you had to bet $20, what do you think was going to happen? It depends on where she is. She could be in South Boston. Hey, lady, you're looking fucking hot. Oh, look at them titties, that ass. Ooh, mama smoking. You are there. Come on. Hey, where you going, babe? Right. Or if she was in, L.A. Hey, sexy mama. Oh, God, I cannot do a terrible Spanish accent. But you get what I'm saying. Yeah. She'll feel unsafe. That's actually less. It's a daytime, lunchtime, right? Take another hit off your crack pipe. That's not funny. Catcall. Right, she's gonna get catcalled. Because we understand men. Men are awful. But here's the thing. That is a herd, men are the men are in the herd. It's just unevolved behavior that is it's just unevolved behavior that is not necessarily even intentional or very strategic or because they don't expect her to turn around and be like, are you talking to me? Were you just paying my ass and tits and waist and hair a beautiful compliment? Because if so, let's engage in intercourse at once. That was a lot of bad accents all at once, but you know what I mean. So, of course, toxic masculinity, that's shit, mother, not chocolate, is the problem. And I think the gist of the blog post was that the girl was coming to terms with this. The reality of toxic masculinity, whether it is as disgusting as those leggings make your juicy ass look fuckable, because that was his gist, and also with an added, can I fuck it? Here's the thing about men, and here is connection. What? It's a bad connection. Oh, I'm not gonna listen. I'm gonna turn turn off these comments because they're really distracting. Okay. Anyways, oh, I lost my train of thought. Yada yada yada. Men. Gross. Toxic masculinity. Fuck. I just forgot. Let me have some coal. Okay. Right. I'm a man. And a woman. So as a gay male, I have a unique perspective on this. Okay, I submit that I have a unique perspective on this. That does not make me an expert on it because I don't live the experience of being a woman. But I know what men are like, and I have access to the male, to the I'm gonna call it. This is gonna be hippy dippy. I'm gonna call it masculine energy. And then later on I'm gonna call it solar energy. Lunar and solar, sun and moon, yin and yang. Why does everything have to be Western? Why can't we have a little bit of Eastern influence in it? Okay. Do you think David Charpentier is handsome? Where is that from? 'Cause yes. Who are you? Weird. Lost connection. Fuck. Oh shit. Oh, you know what it was? My phone is overheating. Fuck, my phone is overheating. Should I put it in the freezer? Yeah, instinct plays a big role. Put it in the freezer. It's back. Connection lost. You're good. Okay. I'm just gonna hold it like this. Okay. So, anyways, I have access as a gay man. I believe I have access to a point of view that could be interesting in this conversation. I'll just say that. Because on the one hand, I understand what it feels like to objectify people. And this is what, not men, this is not all men. You can't make any, how the fuck could you make a statement for all men? You can't. But many men, personal experience, research, blah, blah, blah. I know that men look at women and other men and they think, that's a fucking juicy pussy and I want to slam my rock hard dick into it. That's a fact. And because I do in many of my male friends look at men, other men, if I see a big ass. I once had to leave the line at Dunkin' Donuts. This is a true story. I once had to leave the line at Dunkin' Donuts because right in front of me there was a construction worker, this like beefy Latino construction worker who had the biggest fucking bubble butt I've ever seen in my life. And I became so sex crazed that I had a huge, well, I had a rock hard, I had a rock hard erection, wearing these shorts that were like very flimsy, and flood my basement, bitch. Don't even. This is, you want to get real? Y'all want to get real? I had pre-cum coming out of my dick. That's a little real. It's Friday night, girl. Let's get real. I was so sex crazed. I could not. I was like, huh. I had to leave. I left the line. I left the line and went home and jerked off and went back to Dunkin' Donuts. Huh. Huh. That's men. That's men. That's solar energy. That's that could save the environment. No, that's that sun. That's that yang. That's that hot, aggressive, like wanna fuck, lusty energy. Am I saying that women don't have access to that energy? No, because I'm calling it that's that sun, that yang. Of course, women have yang. They're not all just a bunch of blobs that cry and have babies all day. So anyways, so then, but as a gay man, I have a unique perspective on the experience of women and how. Because I have a lot of women friends. And why do women love gay men? This is, of course, a generalization and a stereotype, but let's go with it. Many, let's just say not all. Why do women love gay men? Because, or why do women feel comfortable in gay spaces? Or why do women, why do women feel comfortable confiding in and being affectionate towards and whatever, and falling in love with gay men? Because we're not going to rape you. Hello, right? I mean, we're not going to, as many gay men are and there's a whole thing about fruit flies and fag hags, which I don't like that. I think fruit fly is, I guess, a euphemism for a fag hag. And I've had a lot of really wonderful and continue to have a lot of wonderful relationship with straight women and not just straight, lesbian, bi, whatever. But so, why do many women fall in love with gay men? Because, well, it's so easy. Think about it. It's like, in certain ones, I'm thinking like Will and Grace, which is a huge stereotype. It's a simplification and generalization of a patterns and experience of straight women and gay men. But, let's look at him, for example. Okay, so Will, what is he? Well, first of all, and this is really important, he's passable. He can pass as a straight man, which is problematic. But a counterpart we have, so the politics of that are interesting because as a study in masculinity and gay masculinity, Will is passable. Sure, he's neurotic, but he's very handsome. He has a good job. He's intelligent. He's funny. He's a little bit quirky, but he's sarcastic, but he's very, very, for the most, by and large, more importantly, he's lovable. Right. And then you have Jack. Jack is a fucking fairy. He's a fucking fairy Nelly faggot, and he flits around, and he's hysterical, which is key because he's got to be hysterical because his value as a secondary character and as a desexualized simplification of a man, gay man, he has to be funny because that's his worth. He's comic relief. The secondary characters are all about, two-dimensional comic relief characters. Like Karen, exaggeration of a woman at her wildest. She's a wild fucking nut job woman who's drunk and funny as fuck, funny as hell. They're two archetypes, right? She's the wild woman nut, and he's the wild fairy nut, right? So she's drunk all the time, irresponsible. She's hedonistic. She's also rich. So he's got to be funny, and she's got to be rich. And these are important because if she's not rich, she doesn't have any power. And if she doesn't have any power, then she's just an irresponsible, lush loser, right? And if he's not funny, he's just fucking annoying. So those are two really important things. But Will provides an archetype or provides relief to the straight woman because he's sensitive. He's in touch with his feelings, but he's also masculine. He's well-groomed. He's stylish. He's funny. He's cultured, articulate, but he's a man. He's handsome, and he's so I guess that like the metrosexual or whatever. He's the foil. I'm not funny or rich, mother. So, anyways, Layla Chachki, go. I don't care. It's Friday. Um, so toxic masculinity, of course, is interesting, and we were obviously gotten to a point where like just things are too toxic. Masculinity, it needs to be, um, you know, examined and refined a little bit. My idea of the perfect man. So when I was thinking about the catcalling incident, I talked with this lovely girl, Anna Marie, at the concierge at the Delta Montreal Hotel, and she was probably about 25. She was Asian, native to the area, I'm not sure. Exceptionally polite and accommodating, wonderful at her job, and very intelligent, it turns out, because we had a riveting conversation where she illuminated a lot of things for me that I would not have thought about. Anyway, so we thought about so we're talking about catcalling, and context is important, because context plays into when a woman feels vulnerable and how vulnerable she feels, right? Is it broad daylight with lots of people? Less likely to feel vulnerable, especially if you're a white woman, especially if you're a white pretty woman. Not necessarily always the case, but there's a particular way that white pretty girls walk around in public. I want you to notice it. See if you can notice it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to place a value judgment on it, but just pay attention next time, especially if it's in a predominantly white, like a nice urban area, say, or a developed urban area, not in the middle of Roxbury or Dorchester in Boston. Anyways, so we thought about so where would you feel less likely to be catcalled, or where is. And then we both thought of Park Slope, Brooklyn, and Williamsburg, and they're like, well, why? Who's there? Hipsters. And what is it about? What can we super generalize about hipster men? Now, I'm just talking about catcalling. I'm not talking about rape, because if you know anything about rape, you know that most women are raped by people they know, their boyfriends, their friends, relatives. It's people they know. That's where it gets murky and terrible and awful, and it's concealed. Anyways. So, hipsters, they have a sensitive, right? Bit cultured into music and art, and stylish, and hipsters of any race, really. Any age, but that kind of sensitivity, which is reviled by a lot of Trump. That kind of the masculinity that the Trump movement supports, is that old-fashioned. I'ma keep my gun to protect my family and my rights. And if I want to chew tobacco and watch NASCAR, go to the monster truck rally and beat my wife, that's my prerogative as an American. Obviously, that's that kind of, I really have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. I mean, it's not that I do. I just don't know where this is going. So, unfortunately, there's a guy outside. I just checked the time, and it's 5 to 12, and I told somebody that I would, this cute guy outside, that I'd make out with him at midnight. So, before he turns into a pumpkin and I turn into a leaf blower, I'm going to go do that. So thank you, Mother, for listening. I wish you all a happy Friday night. Don't drink too much. If you can, don't drink at all. If you can, just fine. If you do, just please don't allow yourself to put yourself in a situation. Thank you and good night.